I don't know if this is just me, but do you ever have one of those days or one of those weeks where you kind of wake up and think, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Not like here in my bed or here on my chair, but here on the planet or here at this job or here in the middle of this situation. So I think I'm having one of those weeks where, life isn't particularly bad or good, but I'm recognising that I'm feeling a bit hamster wheelish in some aspects, and I'm wondering what's it all about. So for those of you that know me, I'm the queen of a vision board. I typically always have a vision board on the go. I don't know when this started. I think I must have been about 10 or 11. I've always been able to just sort of settle down in my head and think about where do I want to be or what do I wish life would look like. And so for the longest time it was in my head because, who knew there were such things as vision board. But I would have countdown charts or things like that would help me know by the end of this, this thing that I'm looking forward to is going to happen. I think the first time I significantly focused on something to help me move forwards with life was in my early 20s. So I identify now that it was in the middle of full-blown burnout meltdown, and I knew that I just needed to step away from life, regroup a little bit before I could move forwards. And so my grand plan was that I was going to get this job in Africa, anywhere in Africa, literally. And to help me focus on this, I bought this massive map of Africa and I put it on the wall next to my bed, so it'd be the first thing I saw every morning when I woke up. And then, this is before the days of the internet. I mean, the internet existed, but people like me couldn't properly access it. And it didn't have all the things that we needed on it. And so I would trawl through the TES, as that's the teacher supplement in the Times, looking and listing every single job, every single school in Africa. And once I'd established, I thought that I'd got every international school, then I started to systematically write to them. And then I would put little spots on this map of Africa, indicating where I'd written to. And I was literally prepared to go anywhere. But fast forward a year of doing that and every day waking up, focusing on this thing, I got a job. I got a job to teach in Kenya for 2 years, and it was amazing. It was really amazing and was probably just what I needed at that point to help me hunker down, focus, come back. And things completely changed for me when I came back. So I knew that I didn't want to teach forever. I knew that I wanted to work with kids in the care system, and actually that happened very quickly. So I was offered a promotion when I got back, but very quickly a job in my local council came up to work as the education advisor in the leaving care team. And honestly, that was probably one of the best jobs of my life. But again, I couldn't afford it because my mortgage went up for renewal. I'd taken a salary cut to do it. So blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, here we are. And, I don't regret anything that's happened in life so far. I think I've had a really rich life and I've been enabled to take risks and leap and to pivot into all sorts of fabulous adventures. But I find myself here again. So I have a vision board that's live. And I think what I'm realising on my vision board is the stuff that I ought to do, and maybe not necessarily the stuff that deep down in my gut I want to do. I think I'm having this revelation as I'm speaking to you guys. So I think that desire to work with kids in care has never left me, but I've never been clear on what that would look like. So currently my latest wish is to have a grant-making foundation for kids exiting the care system, and to be able to identify sparky individuals, maybe individuals that haven't gotten on well in the school system, but have got something about them, that have got an entrepreneurial spirit, or have, you can really see the strength of their resilience shining through, and just with a little bit of mentoring, with a bit of a grant behind them, that might be sufficient for them to step out and be an interesting and exciting version of themselves. So I keep burying that. I bury that and bury that. So I'm like, I'll do that. I'll do that when I'm 60. I'll do that when I'm 65. I'll do that when I've retired. I'll do that when the cleaning business is successful. I'll do that when I launch my tech idea, and then I'll have time and money to be able to do that. And it just keeps going further and further away on the horizon. So maybe this feeling of a loss of focus that's come up this week is something to do with that. Maybe I need to press pause again. I'm not suggesting a two-year stint in Kenya, but press pause again and do some rethinking of the vision board that I've got going on. And I wonder, where are you all at? You know, how does that work for you? Are you in flow right now? Are you in the place that you should be? Are you living the life that you think was designed for you? Are you on the hamster wheel, just kind of doing the doing and getting through and getting by? Do you think what I'm talking about is a complete luxury? And, you know, kind of, I have a lovely life, so should I just put up and shut up and crack on with what's in front of me? I'd love to hear from you. I'm going away this week to a Christian conference called New Wine. And, you know, what's really interesting is that, when was this? Something like 2007, I think, 2006. I was away at a similar conference, and again, just pausing in that space, really only going to very key things, but just having time in the middle of the day to hunker down, to listen to God, to really reflect on what was going on for me, caused a cataclysmic change in my life. It caused going to Bible college, interning within an anti-trafficking organisation, iterating into this cleaning business, and it finds me here. So I'm going to press pause. Interestingly, I thought I was going with a whole bunch of friends, but in true Antoinette style, I completely booked the whole different week to the rest of them. And maybe it was for a reason. Maybe it's because I need to not be distracted. And as I said this morning in church, to keep the real thing, which is to focus on God, to see what he's saying, and to see where the next chapter leads. So if you have lost focus, I'd love to hear what you do to help you regain focus. If you would like to gain focus, I'm always happy to have a coffee chat and talk about the things that I've done in my life and how that's helped me, or to listen to the things that you've got bubbling on in your heart and in your mind. Put a comment in the chat and I can connect you with my Calendly link to book in an appointment. And, you know, if you can even sense or feel anything that you think would be relevant to my situation, I'd love to hear that too. But whatever you're doing and wherever you're at, have a great week, and I will see you on the other side.